Sammy Saldivar here for Laker Broadcasting, and right now I'm joined by head coach Steve Coury from the varsity football team. Coach Coury, thanks for being here.
It's great to be here again with you.
Yeah. So last time we talked to you, actually, you were still in the middle of preseason workouts. You hadn't had any games yet. But now that you've had 3 games, how are you feeling coming out of the chute and out of those practices?
You know, I think our kids are doing a great job. I think that we're getting better, which is always what we're trying to do. We've won a couple of games, which is always nice. And so far it's been good. I'm excited about where we are. I'm anxious to see the progress. We play another great team this week. So I think so far so good.
So going back to that first game against Central Catholic, it was kind of a little bit of a shaky start, had to get some rest off. It was your first game. But getting that first win, how important was that for your program to just get that first win under the belt?
You know, it was great. The kids worked so hard during the summertime and then through the 2-a-days, and to come out in the first game and get a win, you know, and straighten things out at halftime like we did and kind of fight off some adversity. It was great, you know, and those are all great experiences for down the road.
Westview, you guys played them second. It was kind of close in the first half, but then you guys really broke away in the second half. What was different for you guys in the beginning of the game and then the transition out of halftime into the second half?
You know, kind of both teams, the first 2 games played a different defense than what we had prepared for. I think they kind of figured that maybe they had a better chance of stopping us with having a surprise attack, if you will. And so it took us a while to kind of adjust to that. And once we figured it out and made some adjustments at halftime, we were much better in the second half. And then they turned the ball over to us. You know, we turned it over a little bit in the first half, and second half they turned it over to us, and it ended up being where we were able to make some points out of it and break the game open, like you said.
Now, you just got done with your Skyline game. That was the most recent game. It was your first loss of the preseason. But they're a good program. You know, how's your team going to rebound from that coming into this next week, and what did you learn from it?
Well, it's a great question, because that will be the we'll see. You know, I think they'll react fine. I really do. We got beat by a very good team. We made some costly errors ourselves. I think our kids realize they can play with anybody. And against good teams, you can't do certain things. You can't have stupid penalties. You got to make some plays and those kind of things. So it was a great learning experience playing a very good team, being able to hang in there with them, and then coming up on the short end, sometimes that doesn't hurt you either. So I'm looking forward to seeing how our kids will react. But I think you're going to see a very good team that's ready to play again, that will accept a challenge of coming back off a loss.
Just going back with it being the beginning of the season, you know, you have some players who are really standing out in camp. Is there anybody who really emerged as a standout lately, or someone kind of making some big plays that you weren't expecting? Or
you know, the 2 running backs are doing about what we thought they could do. You know, our offensive line has really come together and really gelled, and I'm excited about the progress that they're making. Defensively, we're young up front with Connor Woolworth and Remy Rufai and Matt Bellisu, and they're coming along. We've got a couple other kids that we've thrown in there. Spencer Anderson's one of them. So the young guys are getting experience and getting better. I think by game, you know, 5, 6, 7, that's all going to really be put together, and we're going to be better for it. But they're coming along, and Kicker's done a great job. I'm excited about what he's doing for us. So got a lot of good things happening.
Now, we've asked you the quarterback question before. You have Alex Matthews, and you also have Austin Kent. We've seen Austin start more of the games. Is he kind of emerging as your starter? And I mean, I know nothing's set in stone, but what does that mean for the offense right now? You know, we really have settled on Austin being the starter. It can change any time, you know, with maybe momentum or maybe a week's practice. Like I said at the start, they're both very good. I don't believe in really a 2-system quarterback deal, because I think you have 2 of them. You don't have one. So Austin really is the starter. We want to play Alex some. We want to get him some experience of playing. And so that's what we're doing, you know, sparingly. We play Alex a couple series in a game. But Austin has definitely emerged as the starter at this point. Again, I feel great about both of them. I think we can win with either one of them. So what are you most happy with just coming out of preseason training? What's your team really stepped up and done well that you were expecting them to or not expecting them to? What are you most happy with? I'm excited about the way they've handled adversity. We've played very good teams to this point, and I think that that's only going to help us. So we fought off some things that haven't gone right. You know, right before the Central halftime, the kid runs a kickoff back. You know,
we've had some penalties and some errors that, you know, the kids respond to. So I'm excited about that, because I know in the end when we play these tough teams that we've got coming, Jesuit this week, and then we start in league, that the experience of that is going to help us. You know, our kids didn't panic. They just took it, rolled with it, and made adjustments we had to make. So I'm excited about the mentality of the group. We're talented enough to play with anybody. We really are. So mentality and togetherness and those things are starting to emerge as a team. That's really got me going, and I'm excited about where we're at.
So last question, you have Jesuit coming up this Friday. How's your team feeling? How are you feeling? It's a pretty big rivalry that's been established kind of in the last 4 years. It's a big thing for the school and the community. Just how are you feeling, and what are you looking forward to?
You know, excited. I think our kids look forward to it. You had mentioned, you know, the community, and you're absolutely right. It's kind of a cool game. It's two very good programs, two very good teams, and it means nothing other than pride, you know, which is kind of nice. You know, a lot of times when we meet, or you meet great teams, it's in the playoffs and one goes home and that's it, you know. So this not being that situation, I'm looking forward to see how the kids react again in another big game. But we just want to get a week better. You know, I think we'll play hard. I think it'll be a great game for the fans to see, and hopefully we'll be on the right end of the win-loss column.
Well, thanks for answering some of our questions. I'm sure we'll be talking to you later this season, and good luck this Friday.
Great. Look forward to seeing you guys. Thanks for doing all this.
All right. Thank you. I'm Sammy Saldivar, and this has been Laker Broadcasting.